Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use our email deliverability extension for Zoho CRM. So, assuming that you have already installed our extension, you will have under Marketplace and all, just search for our extension, then click on Configure. So from here, just need to double check if you have added your payment details. Then you can click on Settings. So in here, in settings, the very first thing that you need to make sure that you have is the email verification API key. So the email verification API key will be coming from your use bouncer account. So we will be providing you with this URL right here, usebouncer.com, and that will include also our referral code. And if you create an account from here, the next step that you will need to do is open another link, which is this one, app.usebouncer.com member API. Once you have that, once you have typed that URL and you have already logged in, you already have the account, you've created the account, it will show you something like this, where you will have an option to create and generate an API. So after doing this, after you generate the API, you can copy that API in your account, from your account, and paste it here in this field right here. Now, that's the only thing that you need to make sure in this settings page, and then you will also need to purchase credits from your use bouncer. So, again, use bouncer is a third party application that automatically checks the email health of your database. So we are just pulling or triggering the API from their server, and that way you'll be able to connect that into your Zoho CRM. Now, speaking of credits, you will need to double check and make sure that you have the right package with use bouncer support or use bouncer sales team. So in here, the first few options here is turning on automatic email verification and turning automatic verification for leads. So the first one is contacts, the second one is leads. These two options right here, if you have them enabled, it will automatically check this part. So depending on what you have added here, for example, 6 months, then you have checked the part for contacts. Every 6 months, the extension will automatically check your database, contacts database, and refresh the health of each of the emails or each of the contacts in your CRM. So one email or one record equals to one credit in use bouncer. So just take note of that. So for example, if you have 30,000 contacts, if you have this enabled, every 6 months, you will consume 30,000 credits. So that's how it works. So you can choose to have both of the options here disabled. The extension will still work fine. Whenever a lead is created, you will have the following fields. So email bounce reason, last verified date, deliverability status. All of these fields will automatically be populated once you install our extension and you have connected the API. So when a new lead is created, those will be automatically be checked. So maximum number of email validations per day is 500. So this is what we also recommend. So for example, you are running the trigger every 6 months. It will check 500 at a time per day. So that's about it. The rest of the fields, for example, the backup field API name, this is useful if you have or if you need to export some data, and then if you need to delete records whatsoever, you can just use a separate field as backup. Now, the last part here, the entire database scan, this is based on this second button. So after installation, for example, you have 10,000 leads, 30,000 contacts, and then you purchased 40,000 or 50,000 credits in Use Bouncer. You do have an option to scan the entire database now, and it will automatically do that in the back end. So just make sure to always click on Save Settings first before doing anything else. Now, what we do and what we recommend as a best practice is after installation of the extension, you can do a scan of the entire database so that you get to see all of the emails from your leads and contacts and which ones are um, supposedly to hard bounce, soft bounce, and whatnot. Then you can just leave these two options here as turned off. The extension will still work fine. So if you go to leads and then, for example, you filter deliverability status is not empty. So right now, I don't have the extension working since I do not have an account with Use Bouncer. But basically, you can use those fields, the one that I showed earlier, as a condition whenever you are sending email campaigns. Now, that way, it will save you most of your domain health and be able to check which ones are you supposed to contact anyway. So that's all for now. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you.